Hey guys, welcome to the Bird's Nest. Please like, comment, and subscribe for your NFL news, recaps, and gossip. I know I kind of discussed this already, but I got to go back to this. I need to get more in depth with this thing. I think the Cleveland Browns have a situation. They got a situation on their hands. They've got really tough decisions to make. Because despite the fact that they have no O-line, their O-line is just non-existent. They have enough pieces in place right now to get some wins this season, to maybe have a winning season. Everything I say that I know, they know it even better than me. So they know that. And the fact that they know that, and they keep putting Joe Flacco in when they know he's not the answer, the only thing that tells me is that they don't trust Dillon Gabriel. That is the only thing that tells me. Because if Dillon Gabriel, if Kevin Stefanski thought that he had even a little bit of it, he would have put him in. Because Joe Flacco doesn't have any of it. None. Nada. Zero. Nilch. Joe Flacco does not have it, and he is a detriment to their team. But they keep him out there because Dillon doesn't have it either, and they know it. Kevin knows it. It only impacts Kevin. Kevin's the one that picked him, wanted him, gave him all the reps, made him QB2 when he didn't deserve it. So I don't know. I don't know the man. I don't know that man from a can of paint. I never even heard of him until this season. It seems like ego. Or I don't know what it is that would make him. It's the whole picture. It's the whole thing. It's the whole collusion thing. I think it's a little bit of everything with it, but he didn't want Shedeur. Or I don't even know that. See, now we're getting some behind the scenes information. Haslam and Andrew Berry met with Shedeur and Dion twice. Now this was, I don't know, it may have come after things started falling apart for Shedeur, when all the stories started coming out about him. They had a better meeting. They had better meetings with Cleveland, because maybe by then Shedeur was like, oh, okay, let me stop going in here telling them I'm going to change their culture, even though it's true. Let me stop saying that they don't like it. They don't want me to say that. They don't want me to call their culture loser, even though they've been losing. My phone, what you doing? Wait a minute now. Oh, now you're going to get a little sound now, because my phone looks like it's dying. It's getting dark. It's back. It's coming back. I put the AC on. Anyway, so they were interested in him, and he was interested in them at that point. So much so, apparently the 5th round is when teams were allowed to move on Shedeur, and so they started moving on him. But teams that didn't need him were moving on him. Although he could have been a problem for Jalen Hurts. If Shedeur is really him, like I believe he is, he could have been a problem for Jalen Hurts. I don't think he could be a problem for. Then again, he could be a problem for Lamar too, because the last time that the NFL got caught colluding, it was against Lamar Jackson. They were caught colluding against him because of the Deshaun Watson deal. He was the next guy asking for big money after Deshaun, and so they colluded against him. And when he went looking for a new team and more money, no one took him. They treated him like a scrub. Nobody wanted him. That was the collusion that they got caught doing. That was the latest one. They do it all the time. They get caught all the time, and every time they do it, people act like they're surprised. They act like it's not possible that they did it against Shedeur. No, they do it all the time, guys. They play with these guys' lives for fun. Like, they laugh. And probably over cigar and drinks, they play with these guys' lives. So, yes, they did that to Lamar. And they did it to him in the draft. Like, Lamar has been mistreated in his career for him to be an elite player. And so I do believe that's part of it with Shedeur. They were allowed to move on him in the 5th, and then these two teams with two quarterbacks that, yeah, that would have been a very uncomfortable situation for everybody involved. Yeah, they were trying. I think they were trying to pull something. That whole collusion thing was working against all three of those quarterbacks: Lamar, Jalen, and Shedeur. But he wanted to go to the Browns, and the Browns wanted him enough to trade up for him. But not Stefanski. Not Stefanski. Stefanski picked Dylan. All those quarterbacks that got picked went higher than they should have. All of them went higher than they should have after they decided that they weren't going to take Shedeur in the top 5 as originally planned. So it may be having an impact on what's going on in Cleveland, and the reason why Shedeur's QB3, or the reason why he stayed even QB4 when Kenny Pickett was injured for 3 weeks. They still kept him at QB4. I gotta hurry up. Cardi B tickets go on sale in 10 minutes. So I think that has something to do with it. But now you know you got a team. Now you know you're missing the quarterback that you know you already have, and the O-line, and you can use all those lovely picks that you have for them. Maybe the bad thing about putting Shedeur in is that he would win games, and maybe they want to tank. They always talking about tanking so they can get more picks. They got plenty of picks already. They've got picks. So even if they have a winning season this year, they got first round picks. And they can get that O-line together. But now they got to figure it out, because they know that Dylan's not him, and they know that Shedeur is him, and so many things are happening to show me that they know that Shedeur's him. Again and again and again, I tell you guys how they tell the media, their local media, to put out stories. The local media puts out stories. Beautiful neighborhood. The local media puts out stories on behalf of the team. If the team doesn't refute the story, then you know it's true. Just like they refuted that story quickly that said Shedeur wasn't getting reps. They came out the next day and said, yes, he is. Of course he is. I've been telling y'all all season that Shedeur is not treated like not all season, even in the preseason I was telling y'all that. He was never, at any point, treated like a 5th round pick. He doesn't get that kind of treatment. And Dylan was getting 1st round pick treatment. So now the media has changed. Mary Kay Cabot put out a positive story about Shedeur for the first time this season. Then I watched her on her podcast, and she, of course, spoke about the Browns, many facets of the Browns, but she closed out that podcast with maybe 15 minutes of Shedeur talk, positive. Well, he really, in her interview with him, she posted a couple of clips from it. I wish I could see the whole thing. A couple of clips from it on her Twitter page. Shedeur looks so excited. He looks so happy. He is psyched. He knows something. His eyes look brighter than I have ever seen them look since he's been on the Browns. He is excited. He feels ready. He knows he's ready. He know when he get out there, he's taking that job. That's how he looks, sounds, acts. And Mary Kay got it too. And she said it too. She said he said it. That's what I took from his interview. He said he's ready. He feels strongly that he's ready. Now, I don't know if she believes him. She's like, well, if you get out on the field, they used to be saying things just to cover their butt type situation. Just like I see people now starting to make excuses for Dylan just in case he doesn't do well when he gets out there. But she said he feels ready. She said Gage is ready. Caden is ready. Now they got Luke back. Man, those wide receivers need to be worrying about their job, because the guys that are on the practice squad with Shedeur are the ones that he has chemistry with. And if Kevin Stefanski has a brain, wrong turn? No. He will put those guys in with Shedeur when Shedeur goes in. At least Gage and Luke. So, Dion also said he knows that Shedeur's time is coming. So Dion is his agent. I know y'all all keep thinking that he has a agent. No, Dion is still his agent. I'm in the garage. Oh, I'm on my video. And what does that say? Oh, motorcycle. He has an agent, and he knows that Shedeur's going to play. Otherwise, he could be working on a trade for Shedeur. But he's not. Because Shedeur can be the Browns' franchise quarterback. And they can win some games. And give them a year or two, and they might be making that Super Bowl run. That's how I feel. We'll see how it works out. You never know how things are going to work out. Oh, nope, that's not a parking space. But that's how I feel about it. That he's going to take this team to the Super Bowl because they have a team, and they have a young team. Hybrid. They have a young team. They won the draft. They won. On defense and offense. The Browns won. They got Quinshawn. That boy's a baller. They got Fannin. Even Sampson. Sampson wasn't targeted as much in the last game. But in the absence of Quinshawn, Sampson was doing his thing. They got Schwarzinger. They got Mason Graham on defense. They got a bunch of good rookies that are like balling out. And so they need to not waste not nary a pick on a quarterback next year. Because you can always get a backup. And let's see how Dylan plays. Maybe Dylan can be a backup. And that's what I was hoping for throughout the offseason, was that Shedeur would be QB1. I knew it wasn't going to happen right away, but ultimately QB1 and Dylan QB2. But in the offseason, during training camp and, all those things that go on during the offseason, OTAs, mentor minicamp, the reports out of camp were always that Dylan is not him. And they still scared to play him, so he's still not him, despite all that they have poured into him. But they poured a lot into Shedeur, too. They haven't... Shedeur had one day of not a lot of reps, but every other day, he'd have at least 7, 8. At least. It goes up from there. There was one day that he even got more reps than Kenny Pickett. Just one. But he did get one day that he had more reps than Kenny. So Shedeur, they've been developing him as much as the NFL develops players, according to Dion and Caleb Williams, who said they don't develop players. You practice, but like working on special things that you need to work on, they don't really do that. You got to do that on your own. Don't do that, it was. Anyway, so they made me forget what I was talking about. So, I believe that there are tough conversations going on in Cleveland right now because they know that Shedeur is their guy. And they're wondering, how do we explain jumping him over Dylan? Or do we put Dylan out there knowing that he's not going to do well, and we just let him be embarrassed, us be embarrassed? What are we going to do? I think there's some conversations going on in the Browns front offices about how they're going to handle this quarterback situation because of Stefanski's insistence that Dylan Gabriel be QB2 when he isn't ready. And he's probably never going to be ready. He may be a career backup at best. And you can't break them. Everybody's like, break the confidence. You cannot break the confidence of Shedeur Sanders. Somebody trying to buy my house, and I know they're going to buy it too cheap, so no, don't leave me alone. Anyway, you can't break the confidence of Shedeur Sanders. It's ingrained in him. It's been instilled in him his whole life. It's so extreme that it caused him to fall in the draft. You can't break his confidence. He had a losing season his first year in Colorado. They only won 4 games that first season. He didn't break. He regrouped. He worked with his wide receivers, and they got him 9 wins in the second season. So you don't have to worry about breaking Shedeur. I don't care how many times he loses, because he lost plenty that first season in Colorado. You don't need to worry about breaking him. He can't break. I don't think you can break Jackson Dart either, not his confidence. So either you have it or you don't. I don't think Dylan has it, and I know Shedeur does. So Brown's got some decisions to make, and I am so interested to see how this plays out. How long are they going to play Joe Flacco? The only reason they would even need to keep playing him is because Dylan's not ready. He's not him. So maybe you just want to give him a chance and let him get out there and get some NFL play. But do you want to win any this season? Because if you want to win, you need to hear him put Shedeur out there. They know that. They know that. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. They see him where I don't see him. I'm going on what I seen in Colorado and the stats that I seen in the offseason. So I know who Shedeur is. Even Mary Kay Cabot said his superpower is his arm. His elite accuracy. The way that he can get that ball. He can read that defense. He can see where those defensive backs are going, and he can get the ball right to his guy even if they're right there. He can fit it in perfectly. That is his superpower. I already knew that. We all knew that. Everybody knows that. And now Mary Kay knows it. He is elite when it comes to ball placement. So, let's see. It's going to be an exciting next month, I'll say. Because we got to see, are they going to keep old man Flacco out there? Or are they going to finally put in Dylan? Or are they going to make the difficult decision, just like the Giants just had to do, to say Shedeur's promoted to QB2 or 1. It needs to be 1, really. QB1, and Dylan is demoted to QB2 or 3. Is he better than Flacco? I don't even know. I know Shedeur is. I think he is better than Flacco. I think Dylan's better than Flacco. I don't know. We'll see. He's very small. So we'll see. I just had to come on and say that because the Browns got a team. They got, all they need is O-linemen. And they can get them in the draft with all those picks that they have. And maybe they could find a veteran during free agency that is worth something and can lead all the rookies that they're going to have. So we'll see. I just had to put that out there because I'm excited for these next few weeks to see what happens with the Browns. That's it, y'all. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Have a good day. Mwah.